it's your buddy Wolfie, and today I'm going to speak more about Splatoon 3. So, on Twitter, we got, an announcement that Splatoon 3 Direct is coming out in one day, August 10th, 2022, and people are super pumped about it. And in case you don't know what Direct is, because I didn't know what Direct was until like a couple of days ago, but Direct is basically like a huge like showcase slash leak slash announcement of what the new game is gonna be like. Because they had a Splatoon 2 Direct, I believe. I wasn't there though, because I didn't really like Splatoon until after Splatoon 2 came out. I mean, I have been a kid and listening to like the commercials all the time because they were super annoying, but I love it now. I mean, I think Splatoon grew on all of us because it started out as an annoying jingle on TV, and then it became everybody. Sorry, that was my phone. It became everybody's favorite game. So Splatoon 3 Direct is coming out tomorrow, and there's a few things that I really want. So the first thing that I really want is a Splatoon 3, like, the ability to play single player with other players. If need be, maybe that ability should only be unlocked when you complete single player, which will be a huge tire, because I'm playing it the day it comes out, but it might have to be that way. Maybe they'll let you play 2-player when it comes out. Another thing that I really want is the ability to do, well, that goes along with the single player, but the ability to like do split screen mode, because I know you can't do split controller mode because you have to be able to control, all of the axes and all of like the knobs. So you'd have to get a pro controller, which I don't have. So I wouldn't be able to do Splatoon 2 co-op unless I were to connect with somebody like on a different network than me, which is what I'm talking about really. Another thing that I really want is the ability to play Turf Wars without Splatoon 2 online membership, which, I mean, it's not a problem for me because I have a membership, but for people who don't have memberships, Turf Wars should be an offline thing, and I kind of understand, like, the mindset of, like, having it to be, why is that a thing? Because if you could play Splatoon 3 Turf War without internet, then why would people want to pay for the membership? The answer is Splatoon. I don't think Splatoon like benefits from the membership. Nintendo itself does, and even though Splatoon is controlled by Nintendo, but it's a smaller branch of Nintendo. I mean, there are billions, probably billions, I don't know, a lot of other games that require an online membership that Nintendo could get money off of. So I think like a single player Turf War should be a good thing. Another thing that we need is new modes. Like, we need new modes, guys. Like, we got Clan Blitz, we got all the other good stuff. We got Clan Blitz, Tower Control, which is my favorite, Rainmaker, which I don't really like, Splat Zones, and Salmon Run. Now, I heard that they won't be doing Salmon Run just because Salmon Run is supposed to be our friends, but I also heard that they will be doing Salmon Run, so I don't know much about it. I'm not sure if they're actually going to do Salmon Run, but I kind of hope that they do because it was fun. We got the fish stick, whatever that weird other fish thing was. All that stuff, the fish stick, the flipper flopper, I think that's what it's called. I'm looking forward to that. So if they stopped us from doing Salmon Run because we're friends with Salmonoids, that doesn't make any sense. We're friends with Octolings, but we keep beating up Octarians. I mean, I think Octarians is like it's like the umbrella term for Octolings, and Octolings is a specific branch of Octarian. Like, the other types of Octarians are the ones that we're beating up, but it's still an Octoling / Octarian, so, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I get it we're fighting the mammalians, but come on. We're fighting mammalified Octarians, right? 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 All I know is that I'm really excited for Splatoon 3 to come out, and I'm sure lots of people are too. I would say I want more weapons, but that's just a given. I'm not sure where everyone's making a huge fuss out of, we want more weapons, we want more weapons. Of course there's gonna be more weapons. It's a new Splatoon game. There's gonna be more weapons. And I know the only thing we've seen is, like, I don't know, the bow, but we've seen a lot of specials, at least, so that's something else. And I know I've talked about it in another video, but guys, please leave Splatoon 3 alone. It's gonna be fine. One of the biggest arguments that I find very just nutrient depriving is that it's the same game as Splatoon 2. And what I've seen a certain YouTuber say in one of their videos is, it just seems like another version of Splatoon 3, essentially. I don't know what people think they're getting. I don't know what compels them to make YouTube videos out of that, thinking that they're actually making a valid argument. What are you talking about? It seems like a different version of Splatoon 2, essentially. That's what it is! That's literally what it is. It's another version of Splatoon 2. What do you want? Completely new assets? Do you want them to take the ability to ink the floor out of the game? Is that too similar for you? I'm so confused. Congratulations, you figured out what a sequel is. Do you want a cookie? Take Zelda, for instance. We have the first Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, and then the second Zelda, The Adventure of Link. I mean, I'm sure, and I'm not a Zelda expert or anything. I don't know if this is true. But when it comes to graphics wise and like mechanics wise, I'm sure it was relatively similar. The first and second games are relatively similar. And then we have one of the latest Zelda games, Skyward Sword. Can you even say that they're not similar? Is it like too obvious for you to say it? Of course they're like not similar, like almost whatsoever. They look like two completely different games. You won't believe that they came from the same people. But it did. That's not the case with Splatoon 1, 2, and 3. You gotta remember that Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 are one game apart. And don't even say that you expect Splatoon 1 to be completely different from Splatoon 3. Which I personally wouldn't expect it to be different because it is a sequel, you know, it's a sequel after the sequel. But, of course, it's going to be completely different. It's completely different because Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2 were completely different. I hear it so much. Splatoon 3 is too similar to Splatoon 2. How do you know? How do you know? Give me some proof. Give me some proof. And you can't tell me that what you've seen is enough proof. You haven't even seen the whole game. Of course, it's going to have the same spraying the floor with ink mechanics. Of course, it's going to have a story mode like the other two. But don't you dare say the story mode is too similar because who the heck knows? Who in the world knows? Except for, like, Nintendo is probably the only people who know exactly. So unless you're Nintendo saying Splatoon 3 and Splatoon 2 exactly alike, you shouldn't be saying anything. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, bye.